Good afternoon, everyone. I think some of you already noticed the video we are playing during the break. Right now we are talking about the healthy centricity, but people will wonder what is the healthy centricity. Actually, it's the kind of the services from HIPAA to provide the total solution to support the swine industry. So later I will share two of the services that involve the healthy centricity, which is the HIPAA state, and also our diagnosis, which is the VeriCheck. So from the showcase, the presentation made us knowing the importance of the data management. So in HIPAA, we also have the team we call like HIPAA states team. It's a kind of the data analyze the team. We can provide this service to everyone. So it's very important because the member in this team, there's including the different background. One, of course, is the veterinarian, and the second is the animal science or animal health and nutrition, and the last one will be the biostatistician, the people who analyze all the things. So why we need to have a different background for people in this team? Because as we know, there's a lot of information generated from the farm every day. And right now we call like the animal production 4.0 age, because right now we can see the data from the facility, from the health, from the animal, from the feed, like nutrition, information, or like treatment, every day what kind of treatment we are doing, or like about the disease. So for this different background in this team make us we can link different data from these different aspects. And of course, more important is the transfer this data into useful information to us to make the right decision. Okay, let's take an example because this is quite common in the farm. When we see the animal, they have decreased the uniformity, or like the growth rate delay, or even we see the vascular lesion. And what happened to them? Because sometimes there's no very specific clinical sign to happen to this animal. Of course, finally we confirm that it's the subclinical edema. And with this team, with this information, also like production performance data, they can analyze and guide you what's going on or what kind of a possible factor to infect or cause this problem in our farm. And of course, when we see the problem, when the problem already identified, and when we want to take any actions, after the actions, this team will also provide the information for us. The actions we do in the farm is the correct way or is worse for the farm or not. Okay, let's move to another services we have. That is the VeriCheck to help us to identify the edema problem. Okay, so this is very typical when we have the clinical edema. I think very easy for everyone to identify because it's caused the sudden death, especially during the nursery stage with the very good body condition animal. And we can see the very typical lesion like swelling on the mucosa side. Or another way through the lab test, like we sampling the rectal, the feces, or like the content from the intestinal. But for this, it's more individual sampling, and later on we still need to go for the bacterial culture. So if you talk about the bacterial culture, so sometimes it's also happen as bias. So it should sometimes it will comes to like the false positive, and also interference the final diagnosis in the farm. Then after the bacterial culture, we need to know is like E. coli, what kind of E. coli. So we still need like serotyping, and then in the end we still need to perform the PCR anyway. And all the diagnosis takes some time and also cost is expensive. So that's why for HIPAA we are thinking if there is a simple way to help us to identify the edema in the farm, if we have a really edema in the farm or not. So our idea is, okay, from this infecting animal, because they will contact with the healthy animal. from the fecal to oral, this the pathway. So if we can check the oral fluid from the from the animal in the farm, and to check the antigen of like the virotoxin, then it can be the very simple way and to help us to do the right diagnosis. So this is the so that's why we have the viral check. So this is the method, the protocol for the viral check. So we just use the rope to collect the oral fluid and transfer to the FDA card. I think some of you should be maybe familiar with the FDA card. The benefit of the FDA card is very easy to deliver, because in the past we need to deliver like the feces or animal or even blood or like intestinal all the intestine. The logistic company right now, they are not really comfortable to deliver this kind of the sample. So finally, when the sample to the lab, we detect the virotoxin, this the producing gene. In other words, if the report is positive, so it means that we have in our farm we have the E. coli and spreading the virotoxin and to cause no matter what it's clinical edema or subclinical edema in our farm. Okay, so this is some like a survey we did recently. We published last year IPVS from 2 countries, Korea and Vietnam, and also this year the IPVS data from Taiwan. From this data, there's the 3 conclusions. The first one, no matter what which country, we see the high prevalence of the edema in the farm. But be careful, because all the samples actually we are sampling the farm, we don't see any clinical symptoms. And the second very interesting result is when we see like from Korea, the age older than 12 weeks, the positive rate is much higher. It's the same in Taiwan. So in the past, we are not thinking the subclinical edema happening in the fattening unit, but with this result, okay, we will think it's still the edema still do difference the inference to this especially fattening peak. And the third result is showing from Taiwan, because in Taiwan we have two different type of farm. One is the purchase the feed from the feed company, and another one is they buy the raw material and then mix the feed in their facility. So in this case, we can see the farm, they are doing their own feed. They are also showing the higher positive rate compared to they buying the feed from the commercial farm, from commercial supplier. And finally, when we compare the other survey from other regions like America or like Europe, we can see the farm positive rate is quite similar. It's like more than 60%. In other words, we can see the edema actually still affecting our farm, no matter what we see the clinical symptom or without seeing clinical symptom or not. But right now, actually in the farm, we don't really see the clinical symptom. So it means, okay, this pathogen still affecting our farm a lot. So finally, I used one real case that I found to have these 2 kinds of service. One is the viral check, another one is the HIPAA-STAT, the data analyzed. So this farm is the same, they don't have the clinical edema, but we have them to identify the viral check is the positive, so it's the go for the subclinical edema. So then this is the question, when they using the vaccine against the edema, it really can bring the benefit in the farm or not. So we analyze the different production parameters. In this case, we especially focus on the treatment, including the antibiotic treatment or like feed active or like injection. And then we analyze the monthly expenses. Finally, especially the focus on the feed active and antibiotic in this part. This showing the vaccination group is really bringing the benefit. And of course, in general, for the injectable antibiotics, is the 46% production reduction. And then for total antibiotic and feed active, they decrease the 22% in the production cost. So finally, again, the viral check helped us to identify a specialist subclinical edema, and then using the HIPAA this service can help us to know the actions for, in this case, if we control the subclinical edema is worse, is bring the profit in our fund or not. Because especially in this moment when the profit is very low, sometimes most of people will think the minus investment. It means that I remove the product use. But in many cases, we are seeing that, okay, when they are removing the product and the performance goes down. So it's very important for us to analyze carefully the most important influence factor in the fund, and then if the cheating is really bringing the profit in the fund or not. So that's my part I want to share with you today. 감사합니다.